Shalom all, Stacey the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to your New Moon Musings reading for the new moon that happened on March 18th. And we are exploring the balsamic and void moon phases. This is the end of this new moon cycle that we've been in. What are we going to be releasing, and how are we moving forward and opening up into the next cycle? So let's check it out. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so we have been pulling cards from the Creatures Tarot by Sarah Kathleen. Last phase, we were dealing with the Justice card and dealing with a lot of issues around truth and balancing our relationships out. So as we are tapping into this balsamic moon energy that is happening the 14th through to the 16th of April, let's see what we've got. Oh, interesting. This is the victory card. So 6 of Wands. Notice we've had throughout this cycle, we've had quite a few wands, quite a few fiery energies, you know, the fire element, the flame energy. We had a 8 of Wands. We had Leo. I think we had another wand energy somewhere in there. So that is saying that we are dealing collectively with soul movement, soul energy, who we choose to be as a people, and really connecting to that soul mission and purpose. And the 6 of Wands is showing up here to say, pay attention during this time to the things that have gone well for you. It is not a time to focus on what has not gone wrong or what still needs to be looked at. This is the time to say, no, I'm going to acknowledge how far I've come, or I'm going to acknowledge the success that I just had, you know, in terms of what I've been working for, what I've been working through. If you recall in the previous phases, we had a lot of 8 energy. 8 in terms of mastery. What are we mastering? What are we here to master? 6 of Wands comes through to say, let's take a look at what you've mastered within this entire cycle. Because the whole point is each cycle lasts 28 days. That's the phases of the moon. That sometimes it can feel long, and sometimes it can feel like it goes by in a blink. And we are so used to looking at things a year out, 2 years out, 10 years out. This is the invitation to say, no, your life is right now. So let's kind of, take it to the micro level and look at what you were able to create in a short window of time. And I feel like that is really what the 6 of Wands is bringing up, is what were you able to create in a short window of time? And it's also here to empower you to say, if you were able to get this far, you know, in less than a month's time, that should empower you to be able to move forward into whatever it is that you're choosing to shift into or to create in your now. I also am finding it really interesting that this particular depiction, we have a lot of clouds in the sky, but the clouds are almost supporting the creature. They're giving the creature a backdrop, and it's kind of like the clouds are behind you. You know, that storm energy is behind you. And now, you know, that storm energy left a lot of, you know, seeds in the grass for the crows to eat, or worms for the crows to, you know, to seek out. And so there's enough here for you to continue forward. There's enough here for everyone to be able to recognize this is the path that we are on. This is the direction that we want to go from a collective perspective. And now how can we help each other out? You know, the storm came and gave the birds something to eat. What is it giving me? It's giving me entertainment. It's giving me the wisdom of the birds. I'm now able to use my fire and my flame, that they're not being put out, you know, by the water, by the elements of overwhelm. It is now, okay, I've got enough light here to acknowledge the good that has come. And now let's use that good to move forward. Now, during this phase, we also have the void moon or the dark moon phase. And this is not a scientific phase. This is more of an energetic phase. And it happens in between the balsamic moon phase, which is the 14th through the 16th. So the void moon or the dark moon is happening on the 15th of April. And this is what we've got going on here. Queen of Pentacles. So that void moon energy is what is it that we are really needing to release before we enter into the next cycle and the next phase. And I love that it's the Queen of Pentacles. What I'm feeling here is, This is not my do you want to be right or do you want to be happy card, but that's what I just heard. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? You're going to need to release some of that in order to be able to step into paying attention to and looking at the successes, the wins, what you do have. And in this particular depiction, we're seeing a pink tree, lots of pink foliage, right? So there's an abundance of pink. Well, what is pink? Pink is unconditional love, self care, self compassion, and self forgiveness. And so the Queen of Pentacles, she always is very resourceful. She always has enough resource at her fingertips, and she's always willing to share that resource with anyone who wishes to learn how to do it for themselves. We are coming out of that Libra full moon energy, which was really about balancing relationships, creating new harmony, releasing tension. And the new moon in Pisces, the whole cycle was about emotional release, letting go of past pains that only serve to hold you back, forgiveness of self and others, and getting us the opportunity to go deeper into our truest desires to make the spiritual self number one. So this Queen of Pentacles is saying, all right, you were able to do it. So now leave that pain behind. Focus on the wins and lean more into the self-awareness journey, the self-love journey, the self-care journey, because that is ultimately what is going to create a better foundation for you as you move into this next new moon cycle. Wow, that is so cool. Okay, guys, so that is our balsamic and void moon phases for the new moon that happened on March 18th. Pretty powerful stuff. So I'll see you in a few days for our next new moon cycle, and that'll be the new moon phase that we'll be exploring, and that's going to be happening on the 17th of April. Until then, I hope you have the most amazing week, the most amazing few days here. Really embrace and enjoy these energies and see it as I want to say as excitement that you're building your future with all of this energy. And when we can see things from that place of excitement and seeing it as something, a wonderful experience along the journey, it makes this wild ride called life a lot easier. All right, guys, take care. We will see you on the flip side and transform well.